help? These guys too, when I spoke last week, okay, I was thinking, giving you a different microphone. Pretty big turn.
Okay.
Keep that one close by and I'll be his pusher.
Perfect.
I can also be the holder.
Yeah.
We're good? Okay.
All right. Good evening. Today is Monday, April the 13th, 2026, and it is 6 p.m. This meeting is now open. Representing the quorum tonight are Kathy Arlano. Denise Morrison is absent this evening. Nicole Peterson, Dustin Krieger, Rob Ellis, Dustin Qualls, and myself, Doug James. Thank you for joining us this evening. As provided by the Texas Government Code, the Board of Trustees may go into closed session at any time in accordance with these sections. 551.071, private consultation with the board's attorney regarding all matters as authorized by law including board governance. 551.072, discussing purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. 551.074, discussing employment, evaluation, or discipline of personnel, including board governance and superintendent evaluation, and contract and including central office administration. 551.076 and 551.0761, discussing security personnel and devices, district-wide intrusion detection, audit report findings, and cybersecurity. 551.082, discussing disciplinary matters or complaints regarding school children and/or school district employees, including hearings and deliberation of Level 3 FNG grievance. JS 551.0821, discussing personally identifiable information about public school students. And 551.087, deliberation regarding economic development negotiations. The Board of Trustees hears public comments on agenda and non-agenda items at all regular meetings in accordance with Texas Government Code 551.007 and board policy. This is a business meeting for the board to take action on district matters, so please refrain from comments or demonstrations during the meeting. Our board secretary, Nicole Peters, will now provide additional information for any registered speakers. Nicole?
Thank you, President James. Public comment allows citizens to address the board. This information has already been shared with each registered speaking in writing today, but as a reminder, each registered speaker has up to 2 minutes, must speak in the order called, and may not yield time to other speakers. Comments may not include names, positions, or personally identifiable references. Speakers should remain at the podium and not approach the board table. If a trustee cannot hear you, he or she will let you know. Otherwise, please continue speaking as you are here to address the trustees. The clock in front of me will signal when your time has expired. By signing the public comment form, all registered speakers agreed to follow Board Policy BED. Anyone who fails to adhere to these policy will be stopped by the board's attorney and will not be allowed to continue speaking. Tonight's first registered speaker is Justin Wooldridge. Justin, please approach the podium. You have 2 minutes, and your time begins now.
In August of 2025 at Klein Oak High School, my son and another minor were allowed by an employee of the district to enter a restroom only to find a 22-year-old student from a neighboring campus masturbating. I know now that there were 2 incidents on the same day with the same student that occurred in different bathrooms on the same campus. With the stall tactics in place and the rabbit hole I was sent down of meetings in Title IX, which is a joke in and of itself, and although federal in nature, it's actually Klein ISD policing themselves. By the time you pop back up from the district CYA process, you are beyond deadlines to use standard channels for further actions, as was trustee Dustin Quall's ultimate recommendation to me. Mr. Quall, so I have some questions for you specifically. When you did your due diligence, as you told me you did, was that information given to you that there was a second incident on the same day? If it were not, my question is, why were you not informed of 2 incidents and not just 1? Secondly, if you were, my question would be, why did you not pursue this further, as 2 occurrences denotes negligence, not just coincidental? Per our initial conversation, I would have expected more of an outrage from you than the Meryl Streep type performance you gave me on the phone. If this does not speak to the fact that our current trustees act as district employees and play just as big a part of the CYA process for Klein ISD, then nothing ever will. To further prove this point, there's an agenda item for a hearing officer recommendation vote for a level 3 grievance tonight. We as constituents should not have to remind you that the 89th legislative session addressed the grievance process, and as such, you should know that a level 3 should now be held with the board or a committee of board members as decided by the board. Not the old way of doing business with a level 3 hearing officer giving you a recommendation to vote on. And certainly not a Klein ISD former director of HR, L.S. Spencer.
The next registered speaker is Margaret Gregg. Margaret, please approach the podium. Your time. You have 2 minutes. Your time begins now.
When this entire district failed my 16-year-old daughter, she had to be the bigger person and sent this to her coach. Due to this difficult season, I had already come to the decision to not return next year. I had intended to remain with this team throughout tryouts. However, in light of my recent injury and the broader context of this season, that is no longer appropriate. I'm withdrawing from your program effective immediately. I believe that you deserve to know the multitude of reasons I cannot continue to serve as a member of your team. This decision reflects a sustained pattern of negligence that has defined my experience this year, a lack of support, repeated exposure to harmful situations and cruelty, and a dismissal of legitimate concerns. It is no secret that this year has been notably difficult for me, and the absence of meaningful intervention on your part compounded that difficulty rather than alleviating it. Over the course of this season, legitimate concerns were raised, foreseeable harm was made glaringly apparent, and yet meaningful intervention on your part failed to occur. Rather than being addressed, these issues were repeatedly minimized or disregarded. The environment that was continually allowed to persist had measurable consequences for my physical and mental well-being. Despite your position of responsibility and authority, you continually failed to act when support, correction, and leadership were required. That inaction created conditions in which bullying, distress, and injury were allowed to continue virtually unchecked. When I did feel abandoned by your lack of actions, the blatant retaliatory actions from you to my family and me are jarring. This environment in which you've created is responsible for the departure of many talented athletes and assistant coaches. Stepping away is not something I do lightly. This sport represents 3 years of commitment on my end and was something I intended to do at the collegiate level. However, continuing to serve as a member of your program would require me to continue accepting conditions that are neither healthy nor appropriate. Furthermore, I hope
Thank
y'all
you. That
realize
concludes your
that.
time. The next registered speaker is Jessica Jones. Jessica, will you please approach the podium? Jessica Jones is not here. Next registered speaker is Nikki Kinshins. Nikki, please approach the podium. You have 2 minutes. Your time starts now.
This is a formal statement for the record. Admin has been placed on formal legal notice of my intent to pursue federal action under Title IX based on ongoing violations within the CHEER program. These include sex-based discrimination, inequitable treatment, retaliation concerns, and failures to meet required response obligations. The district has an affirmative duty to respond promptly and without deliberate indifference once it has actual knowledge. So I'm asking clearly on the record, has my demand letter been received, logged, and transmitted to legal counsel, and what corrective actions have been initiated? Failure to act after notice is not an oversight, it is deliberate indifference under federal law. Now turning to student safety. Recent firearm-related incidents across Klein ISD campuses raises serious concerns about timely and transparent communication to parents. Under the Texas Education Code 37.108 and 37.109, the district is required to maintain effective emergency operations and safety oversight. The pattern we are seeing, delayed and unlimited communication, calls into question whether those obligations are being met in practice. Where's the leadership when the community is asking for answers? We're also seeing troubling reports of increased turnover amongst Klein ISD police officers. Under TEA Code 11.151, the board is responsible for oversight of district operations. If officer attrition is rising, then retention data, exit reasons, and safety impact should already be known and addressed. If not, this is a governance failure. Now to fiscal responsibility. During a budget deficit, while teachers, paras, custodians, bus drivers, etc., struggle for meaningful raises, the district approved a salary increase by someone. Under TEA Code 11.201, this is accountable for district performance. Compensation must reflect performance, transparency, and alignment with district conditions. Right now, that alignment is not evident. We are losing strong educators. Morale is declining, and we are now facing staffing decisions, including at Klein Oak High School.
Concludes your time. The next final registered speaker is Jennifer Shadlock. She's here regarding agenda item number 11. Due to the change in law regarding grievances effective September 1st, 2025, the board will hear this public comment in executive session in just a moment. President James, that concludes tonight's public comments on the non-agenda items.
All good?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right, may I have your attention, please? The time is 7:01, and the meeting of the Klein ISD Board of Trustees is reconvened. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, Trustee Nicole Peters will lead us in prayer, and Trustee Rob Ellis, one of the scouts, will lead us in the pledges of allegiance to the United States flag and the Texas flag. Please stand if you're able to.
Please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, tonight we come together to serve and to celebrate our Klein community. And first, we want to thank you. We know that we are truly blessed to live and work in a place like this. We come before you as a group with a shared desire to serve you and this community. Lord, we ask you to guide us, guide our hearts, our words, and the decisions made here tonight. Help us to stay on the right path and remain focused on what truly matters. Father, we ask that you place your hand of protection over this district. Watch over the educators and the staff, the students and their families. Keep them safe and bless those who work each and every day to protect and care for all of us. We are grateful for this Klein family and for the many successes happening here. Thank you for every blessing you have given us. Help us to use those blessings in ways that honor you and please you. Be with us in all we do. Thank you for your son, Jesus, and it is in his name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Okay, I don't think we have any scouts in the audience tonight, right? So please join me in the pledges of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And to the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. All right, thank you for joining us tonight. We're here to recognize the achievements of the Klein family and to conduct business. If you haven't already, please silence your cell phone. We uphold our shared vision that every Klein ISD student enters with a promise and exits with a purpose. The Board of Trustees works diligently with our superintendent on behalf of every student in our care. As trustees, we follow Texas law and can only vote on the publicly discussed items listed on the agenda. The agenda and notice of the meeting are distributed to each trustee 1 week before our regularly monthly meeting. If individual board members have questions, they visit with our trustee prior to the meeting. Therefore, on many items recommended for approval, the trustees can quickly determine if they agree. If we move quickly through the agenda, it means we are prepared and ready to take action. Dr. McGowan, I'm thrilled to be here.
We are thrilled you're here, sir.
Are you thrilled to be here too?
I am. May I switch mics
Yes,
with you,
ma'am.
please? Thank you so much. Wonderful. You ready?
We are ready for tonight's reports.
Excellent. All right. Thank you so much, Trustee Ellis. And we are glad that you're here with us in person this evening, President James. And good evening, Klein family. We're going to begin this evening with tonight's reports. And our first is from our Chief of Operations, August Wunderlich, who will provide an update on our voter-approved 2022 bond. Mr. Wunderlich.
Thank you, Doctor.
Test, test, okay. I'm just too short. Okay. They usually make me follow Dan, and that's really fun because it's up here. Thank you, Dr. McGowan. Good evening, President James, members of the board, and Ms. Spalding, and the Klein family. We'd like to begin this evening by once again saying thank you to our community for approving the largest bond package in Klein ISD history. Our team has been making a lot of progress, and we're happy to share the progress with you tonight as part of the bond update number 8. Tonight, we will be reviewing current projects, completed projects, and taking a look at upcoming projects. We're proud to be able to keep the promises that we made to our community. First, thanks to our board for approving our safety and security projects first in the bond program. Dr. McGowan and our team prioritized these projects and requested board approval for these safety projects to be done first, because we know that student and staff safety remains a top priority for our entire community. As a reminder, the bond enabled us to provide significant enhancements for the safety and security of our students and staff. As a result of the 2022 bond, we now have front doors with intercom video capabilities, secure vestibules at every school, permanent stickers on every door with reminders to close the door and not leave them propped open. And you may have seen our chief where he has a little reel out where he tells you to close the door. When you leave your house, you close the door. So I don't know why people think they don't check the door when they leave the school, but they need to. Shatter-resistant film on windows and doors, doors with controlled access, and modernized elementary schools have been reconfigured to provide doors to every classroom as opposed to just every pod. So what that means is some of the pods have 4 or 6 classrooms in them. They have doors there, and as we move through the bond project, we're changing that to where each classroom has its own door. For example, let's take a look at the pictures of the front entrance at Kleb Intermediate. The first is the before picture of what Kleb's front entrance used to look like before the 2022 bond, and you can see it's completely open. Folks were able to walk directly into the school after coming through the front doors. Because of the 2022 bond and the action of the board and district leadership, we were able to prioritize constructing a secure vestibule that requires visitors to show their ID and enter the secure vestibule only after being able to be allowed access into the school. We now have these secure vestibules at every campus, which we did not have just 5 years ago. We've also implemented technology safety upgrades, including new and upgraded security cameras installed inside and outside of our schools with enhanced video surveillance, new bidirectional antennas to assist with emergency personnel, and new servers and additional cybersecurity upgrades. We also have 5 radio tower sites that were built to public safety standards with redundancy and generators to help keep them functioning during emergencies. Many of you may remember during one of the hurricanes, nobody's phone worked, we couldn't get in contact with each other. Remember if it was the hurricane or the freeze? Maybe it was the freeze, but anyhow, everybody lost power, everything went down, you couldn't call each other, so these towers have been designed to handle that, where we can still be able to use our radios in an emergency like that. These towers enhance our operability and use two-way radios and bidirectional amplifiers to assist with safety and communications across our district and with our outside law enforcement partners. Another important tool we have available for our police dispatchers is their ability to patch radio traffic with our outside law enforcement and other department partners, which would be very helpful in case of a fire or if you have some kind of emergency in the building. Frankly, our district communications infrastructure is truly cutting edge in the public education sector. In addition to all of these safety upgrades and enhancements that have been made in recent years, we've continued to upgrade our technology operations through several key projects. First, we've enhanced our cybersecurity efforts with new network cabling and servers, as well as improved cloud-based email security and monitoring. We're using Mimecast email security, which protects the district from phishing, ransomware, and malware. So far, the system has prevented over 8,000 risks to Klein ISD. We're also using CrowdStrike managed endpoint detection and response, which provides real-time monitoring and protection across endpoints, such as laptops, desktops, and servers to detect and stop attacks. So far, this system has identified and stopped over 15,000 threats. Next, we'd like to share with you our current building projects. We'll begin with Greenwood Forest. This elementary is over 50 years old and undergoing a complete modernization like Howdy and Northampton did. Currently, the safety of our younger learners, the students and teachers, are at the flex school for this school year while the extensive renovation is taking place. You know, we renovate some of our other schools like the intermediates with the kids there, but it's very hard to do with the elementary kids, so it's just easier to move them to another safe campus and then come back. Wonderlick Intermediate is another over 50-year-old school that is also undergoing a complete modernization like Strock and Hildebrandt. And if you haven't visited Strock and Hildebrandt, you should, because it's just absolutely amazing how different those campuses look compared to the old rectangle box that they used to look like. Mm-hmm. Additionally, Klein Forest is also receiving an additional gym and a comprehensive modernization of their auditorium to be comparable to the other high schools, Klein High, Klein Oak, and Klein Kane. Our last current project that we would like to highlight is the additional gym for Schindewolf Intermediate so that it's comparable to the other intermediate schools in Klein ISD. As we look forward, we're continuing to plan for the next phase of projects. To ensure Criminal Intermediate is Comparable to the other intermediates, they'll be receiving an additional gym. That's in the planning right now and will happen starting this summer. Klein Collins will be the last auditorium that needs to be done. It will be completely, comprehensively renovated to be comparable to the other high schools. We will continue to modernize our schools that are over 50 years old. Our next school to be completely renovated will be Epps Island, a 52-year-old school, and Tice Elementary will follow. It's a 51-year-old school. We also have various needs updates taking place throughout the district, including roofing projects, replacing chillers, and generators. Of course, those aren't near as nice to look at as the new buildings, but they're certainly, you certainly want the restrooms to work and you want to be cool where you're at school. So, we are continuing to work on safety and security enhancement projects throughout every school in the district. This will include improvements to keyless entries, window filming, and main entry access controls. We are hard at work to ensure our bond projects run smoothly. However, as we have shared in previous reports, we continue to experience some challenges. Although inflation is starting to slow a bit, the cost of construction materials is well above what it was when we started projects 3 years ago. Also, the current spike in fuel prices does not only affect you, but it affects us in the pricing of getting our materials to the site. Despite these challenges, we continue to move forward with our work efficiently and effectively as possible to make improvements for our students, staff, and community. To stay current with all of our Bond 2022 projects, you can visit our updated bond website, and you see it here, www.kleinisdbond.com. This concludes our report. I'm thankful for our board, our district leadership, and our Klein community for making all of this happen for our kids and staff. And I'm happy to answer any questions or comments the trustees may have.
Thank you, Mr. Wunderlich. I think it deserves a huge round of applause. A lot of work, a lot of work. Any questions?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you again for that report, Dr. McGowan.
Yes, and I just want to add my gratitude to August Wunderlich and his entire team. They work so hard every single day to make sure that our facilities are the absolute best places for our students to learn and our staff to work. And there have been so many incredible things that have been accomplished over the last 3 years as a result of their leadership. So thank you, Mr. Wunderlich. We appreciate you very much. Our next report this evening is the 7th in a series of reports to the board about safety, and Chief Marlon Reynolds and Chief of Schools Dr. Brian Greeny are here to deliver that report to the board.
Thank you, Dr. McGowan, and good evening, President James, board members, Ms. Spalding, and Klein family. I want to echo Mr. Wunderlich's comments during the bond report and start tonight by thanking our trustees and Dr. McGowan for their vision in 2022 when they demonstrated with their actions their commitment to safety of our students, staff, and our district. Dr. McGowan's recommendation and the board's authorization of all safety-related projects as a first priority of the 2022 bond program, allowed us to get to work right away on critical safety projects like secure vestibules, shatter-resistant film, enclosing individual classrooms where there are secure pods currently, and modernizing our elementaries, and other important safety enhancements Mr. Wunderlich mentioned in his report. Thankfully, safety has always been a priority in Klein ISD. Through the years, we've been committed to a layered, multifaceted approach to safety and security in our district. Again, thanks to our community support of our May 22 bond funds have allowed us the means for the physical hardening of more of our campuses with enhanced physical security measures. Additionally, our district has invested in behavioral and mental health supports that ensure a comprehensive approach to building a safe and supportive school climate, which Dr. Greeny will share more about in just a minute. Because there is not one single measure that ensures the safety of every individual, we know that a holistic strategy allows us to address safety from every angle. This layered approach starts with the presence of our Klein ISD police officers, certified counselors, registered nurses at every school. Let's start with the Klein ISD Police Department. KPD was established in 1982 and was the first established and the finest school-based police department in the state of Texas, and continues to be a model for other districts. Think about it. In the 1980s, there was a time before cell phones and laptops. We were readily available for families. It was a time when people often left their front doors unlocked and children played outside in the dark. Yet our district understood the importance and the value of establishing a police department even then. We're thankful to continue to collaborate on safety priorities with our outside agencies to serve and support our district year-round, and especially during emergencies. Working together with other first responders is critical for managing crisis situations. Early in my tenure, I made a commitment to Dr. McGowan and our board to strengthen our longstanding partnerships with other agencies here in Klein ISD. I'm proud to say that we regularly train and connect with other law enforcement agencies as we work together to keep our Klein community safe. Our agency's commitment to school safety is reflected daily in our schools. We have a robust police force with police officers and level 3 armed security guards at every campus, keeping our students and staff safe. Our officers and level 3 armed guards complete perimeter checks, including door checks, looking for any suspicious activity or objects, working with administration to conduct random screenings, coordinating K-9 screenings, de-escalating situations when needed, and interacting with students and staff to build trusting relationships. House Bill 33 now requires every school to have a ballistic shield and breaching toolkit by September 1st was that deadline. Thanks to a $250,000 grant, Klein ISD was awarded from the Department of Justice, COPS Office of School Violence Prevention. We are leading the way in meeting this important mandate. One of the most integral operations we have in our department is our dispatch center. Every call for service, every emergency, every officer communications flows through that room. As I shared with the board in our last safety report, with mostly grant funds, we just replaced all 4 primary dispatch workstations this school year. In their place, we installed new public safety answering point grade furniture with integrated cable management and ergonomic console design to reduce dispatcher fatigue during extended shifts, and improved monitoring configuration that gives our dispatchers simultaneous visibility into our CAD, which is our computer-aided dispatch systems, cameras, radios, and alarm monitoring systems. Our dispatchers now have faster access to critical systems, and the modernized infrastructure is built to support uninterrupted operations during major incidents. Our dispatch runs 24/7, 7 days a week. It monitors our district facilities inside and out and handles calls any time of day. Preparedness is at the core of our mission to protect our students, staff, and property. Every summer and throughout the school year, we invest heavily in training opportunities for our team. This past summer alone, our department logged over 2,400 hours across topics ranging from DA intake procedures to use of force protocols to ballistic shield and alert and air active attack integrated response trainings. Keep in mind that only 40 hours of training are required for peace officers every 2 years by law. The KPD regularly goes above and beyond that number annually to far exceed the minimum requirements required by the state. Our requirement of approximately 160 hours, which is about 400% more than required training during that same training cycle. Our active attack integrated response training initiatives has continued to grow, and Klein ISD is helping lead a regional effort. This evidence-based framework is designed to prepare law enforcement, fire, EMS, and dispatchers for active threat situations. This is not training that occurs in classrooms only. It's hands-on, scenario-driven, and designed to build real decision-making capacity for the first responders under pressure. Throughout our summers-long air training initiative, our alert instructors, along with members of Spring ISD PD, Spring Fire, Klein Fire, and Tomball Fire departments, delivered 15 intensive 2-day classes, advancing their skills and readiness for our entire community. Over the course of this initiative, we trained over 374 participants, including fire, police, and emergency personnel, who collectively logged an impressive over 5,900 contact hours. So not only are they making sure our men and women are ready, they're doing so for the men and women in other agencies who come into our campuses during emergency situations. Again, safety is a high priority for us, and we work hard to ensure that we're the best we can possibly be. Another example that exemplifies our ongoing commitment to training is through the FBI Leader Trilogy designation. In 2025, the Klein ISD Police Department command staff earned the FBI Law Enforcement Executive Development Association Agency Trilogy designation. signifying that every member of the department's command staff completed the full Trilogy Leadership Series. In fact, we are one of the first to earn this prestigious designation, one of the first school district police departments to earn that prestigious designation.
All right.
As you all know, we use the Standard Response Protocol, or SRP, to identify appropriate emergency responses. And we are committed to providing ongoing staff training in these areas. Dr. McGowan and I personally conduct staff meetings at every campus and department at least annually in Klein ISD. Dr. McGowan provides important in-person district updates and answers questions from staff, and I outline the expectations and procedures of the Standard Response Protocol: hold, secure, lockdown, evacuation, and shelter, to ensure every member of our Klein family understands their role and is confident in responding to any emergency. I also share avoid, deny, defend response model expectations that should be used during critical incidents. As part of our students and staff safety, we conduct drills throughout the year, overseen by our Director of Emergency Management, Dr. Jaspers. Our district exceeds state-required preparedness drills each year. I'll now pass it over to Dr. Green.
Thanks, Chief. Well, first of all, I told Chief thank you, but before I even get started, that's pretty amazing to see all the stuff that we have going on there. And I do not think people realize how incredible the police department is. Yeah. And it goes beyond the resources they have. It's the men and women that are there every day to keep us safe. Mm-hmm. And the leadership's here today. I know we'll recognize them a little bit later, but Chief and the ladies and gentlemen here, lady and gentlemen's, boy, that sounded really good. They're incredible people. And every day, I know that they're there to put their lives on the line if necessary to keep us safe. And I'm just grateful for each and every one of you. So just give them a round of applause real quick. So in addition to having the opportunity to work with our wonderful KPD, our student services team ensures that every campus and every department receives required safety training throughout the school year to keep safety training a priority for every staff member. And up there you can see some of the training modules our staff receive throughout the school year. And this is not all of them by any means. I will tell you though, in the last 3 school years, we have increased our training for safety by 51%. We also utilize additional strategies for student safety, including required secondary students to wear visible ID badges, character education lessons, an internet content filter, and safety ambassador training with student leadership groups, including the superintendent's student leadership council, to share with their peers. We've also added in the last few years our Community Classrooms learning platform, which is an online interactive resource for parents and families to learn more about Klein ISD. Its programs, initiatives, safety measures, volunteer opportunities, and much more. Now, I'd like to shift our focus back and to provide some background on how we work comprehensively by providing additional specialized staff in an effort to care for our students and staff. We work to ensure that every person in our schools feels supported and cared for, especially when facing personal challenges. That's why our longstanding approach has included a dedicated network of registered nurses and licensed counselors at every school. And during the 23-24 school year, we added mental health specialists and behavioral specialists to work alongside our police department. We're also fortunate at Klein ISD that every school in our district has at least one certified counselor. Our team includes specialized roles that have evolved over the year based on the needs of students and families in our care. Some of those roles, as I mentioned before, we have mental health specialists, and we also have community youth service or CICE workers, which connect families to mental health and community resources that we have prioritized over the last 20 years. Something we have also heard from educators and families a few years back was the need to reduce the number of disruptive behaviors from a small number of students in our classrooms. So what we were hearing is that, and this especially happened at the elementary level, that students in classrooms would disrupt the classroom. We would remove the class instead of the student. Well, we changed that when we got the help of having our behavior specialists, and we were able to take the student who was causing the disruption out of the environment and get them the services that they need so that students that were there to learn and behaving could still be focused on their academics. To assist in making this happen, behavior instructional associates were placed at every elementary school, and every high school and intermediate has a behavior specialist. These folks all work to support our teachers and reinforce positive behaviors expectations to ensure safe and disciplined schools in the Klein ISD. Klein ISD Health Services has been a leader in school health care since established in 1981, with a longstanding commitment to placing a registered nurse on every single campus. While many districts rely on shared nurses, limited coverage, the Klein ISD has prioritized on-site professional medical care for decades. As students' health needs have grown more complex over time, this model has allowed nurses to provide daily monitoring, scheduled treatments for chronic conditions management, and rapid emergency response without delay. So now I will turn it back to Chief, who will conclude this evening's report.
As you've heard this evening, even through our investment in a layered approach to school safety goes back 40 years, many of the layers to safety and security we have today have been added in the last few years. That's because we continually work to improve school safety. And the primary driver of those targeted improvements comes from engaging in ongoing safety audits, both internally and in partnership with external agencies. These established safety audits are a crucial part to our safety system. For example, since this school year started in August to the present, we've recorded over 17,000 door checks in our computer-aided dispatch system. As we shared with our community last month, as part of our deep commitments to continuous improvement, especially in safety and security, early this year we initiated a comprehensive safety vulnerability audit. This review, which was conducted through the month of March, is an added layer designed to further strengthen our safety culture by providing an additional independent perspective. Again, at the district's request, 100% of our campuses have now completed this evaluation by the Texas Education Agency, Office of School Safety and Security. Dr. McGowan, Dr. Greeny, Ms. Cole, Mr. Wunderlich, and members of our team met last week with the lead external auditor to review the results of this comprehensive safety vulnerability audit. The items related to safety on the board's agenda recommended for approval this evening, which are intentionally marked private as specific details about certain safety protocols, must remain confidential in order to maintain their effectiveness and keep our students and staff safe and our facilities secure. These recommendations for our board's approval are a result of this comprehensive external audit and go above and beyond what was recommended. We have also worked on a campus safety map project, which aims to enhance our current safety maps, ensuring they are accurate and up to date. This project further supports our commitment to providing a safe environment to our students and staff, and will make it easier for our safety personnel and outside first responder partners to better support us in case of an emergency. As a reminder, we have the Keep Klein Safe, our online anonymous reporting tool, available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, monitored by our department. It's the red button at the top right-hand corner of our district websites. The intent is for everyone to report an unsafe situation around the clock. My department researches and responds any time of day, any day of the week, and ensure every report is handled and dealt with using the utmost urgency and security needed to keep Klein a safe place to learn, work, and live. Remember, if you see something, say something. We take communication with our families very seriously and work to share safety information as soon as it's safe and practical as required by law. Last month, we shared 2 safety updates with our community. As in our practice, we personally responded to each of the messages we received and are grateful for our community's engagement and working together to keep clients safe. Obviously, every safety situation is different. For example, back in January, we had a fire incident at Kreml. Students and staff were evacuated safely, and we communicated 5 separate messages to parents over a course of approximately 45 minutes to give updates. Our active investigations are not as simple, and we communicate as quickly as possible in accordance with state law and in partnership with our local law enforcement agencies. We appreciate our parents who trust that our goal is always to communicate accurate information as soon and as safe as practical to do so. Thank you, and we're happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Chief Reynolds and Dr. Greene. I don't know if you understand what you just heard. You just heard a report that basically, from top to bottom and from side to side, provided us with a canvassing report that keeps our children safe. And again, I don't want to sound redundant, but I think these gentlemen deserve a round of applause. So with that, trustees, do we have any questions?
Yeah, so Chief, thank you for your organization's passion and courage and commitment that your team just gives to the district every day. And also thank you for y'all's interaction as well as the administrators, their actions from a couple weeks ago in that week of situations. Thank you for all that your team did and all that all of our schools administrators did during those situations. Now my question is that in mind with those situations, were there any key learnings or anything that came from that your organization's identified?
Yes, sir. We have a common practice when we have situations and incidents in our district. We circle up or huddle up with the administrators or the campus involved in that matter, and we provide an after-action report. It's a confidential after-action report, but what that means is my team, our administrators, we come together and we identify areas where our team and our staff did well and areas where we could potentially make improvements. And so in each of those situations that you're referring to, that process did take place. One consistent theme that I'm honestly very excited and happy to share is that when you look at it from its proper lens of the individuals responding in those moments and those incidences, there really wasn't much critical, I couldn't really be very critical of the decisions that were made of our staff. They did very well, and what it told us consistently was that they are responding to the consistent training that we have in place. That if I had to share anything publicly, that would be what I would share.
That's great.
So first of all, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you to each of you who keep our kids and our teachers safe every single day. As a mom and as an active volunteer in this district on many campuses, I would just like to share what I see. I see campus guards who are visible and present. They walk the perimeters. I've seen them in the hallways. They're checking the doors, but while doing so, they're interacting with the students and the staff, and they're addressing visitors they see in the hallway, they see outside, whatever it is. I see KPD officers throughout the whole district in all the places, and their dedication is clear and consistent, which seems to be the key word here. This weekend, I had the joy of attending the UIL State Championship soccer game, and that was awesome. Our KPD officers were there. They were present with the fans, they were on the field, and they were at the gate. And on the way home, we made a stop and again saw our officers in action. They were escorting the student buses, and they used patrol cars to block off the area where the students were getting out to make a stop and kept them safe and secure. Again, as a mom with students, that makes you feel good. As a board member, that makes us feel proud. And we know that you are out there working for us. And we thank each and every one of you. You go above and beyond, obviously, and we really appreciate you. We're grateful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you again for that report. Dr. McGowan?
Yes, I want to also say thank you to Chief Reynolds, KPD, and Dr. Greeny and his team in Student Services. I mean, think about that. We have certified nurses, certified counselors, and we have highly trained, armed individuals on every one of our campuses. As a mom and as a superintendent, I'm very thankful for everyone's collective efforts. On that note, as we begin our recognition of results this evening, our first recognition is for our Klein ISD Police Department, who, after a rigorous external evaluation of the department, has earned recognition as one of the top police agencies in the state. So have Chief Reynolds come back to lead this recognition that is very well deserved for KPD.
Oh, I'm excited to share this, y'all. I'm very excited. I've been holding on to it for a while, but I'm excited. Thank you, Dr. McGowan, President James, members of the board, Ms. Spalding, and Klein family. Last month, during our safety report number 6, I shared information about the work that the Klein ISD Police Department has done to align our practices with the Texas Police Chiefs Association's Best Practices Recognition Program. As a reminder, this is a rigorous, voluntary process to earn an accreditation. Less than 8% of the 2,800 police departments in Texas have earned this rigorous designation, only 9 of them being ISD police departments to achieve this accomplishment. This evening, I'm proud to announce that the Klein ISD Police Department is now the 10th police agency, ISD Police Department, to get this elite designation. So, clap it up. This prestigious designation identifies our department as a best practices agency, a distinction reserved for law enforcement organizations that demonstrate an unwavering commitment to professional excellence, transparency, and operational integrity. The TPCA Best Practices Recognition Program evaluates agencies on more than 170 critical standards related to life, health, safety, and best practices policing. Achieving this recognition is a rigorous, multi-year process that requires departments to demonstrate not only compliance, but a sustained culture of accountability, continuous improvement, and community-centered service. Tonight, we celebrate the Klein ISD Police Department for meeting and exceeding these high expectations. The dedication ensures that our students, staff, and community are protected by a department that models the very best in Texas law enforcement. At this time, I would like to call Chief Danny Keel, who is the TPCA accreditation representative here tonight, to say a few words and invite members of the Klein ISD Police Department leadership team, my command staff, to join me at the front to accept this recognition together. AC Polanski, AC Turner, Lieutenant Jones, and Dr. Jaspers, would you join me up front?
Well, thank you. Good evening, President James, Vice President Qualls, Dr. McGowan, Chief Reynolds, board members, and distinguished guests. For those that haven't had the opportunity to meet me, my name is Danny Keel. I serve as the Chief of Police for the Jersey Village Police Department, and I'm here representing the Texas Police Chiefs Association this evening. A conversation I had not long ago really puts today's ceremony and the significance of accreditation into perspective. I was talking with a school-based law enforcement officer, and I asked him what the most challenging part of his job was. The answer he gave me was not what I was expecting to hear. He said, honestly, Chief, it's trying to keep up with the middle school drama. He went on to explain that one morning he had helped settle the disagreement that started over social media, located a missing cell phone that turned out to be in the student's own backpack, and then he turned and got pulled to the side by a student who just needed someone to talk to. Then he said these words to me. He said, you know, sometimes the badge gets me in the door, but it's the relationship that keeps me in there. That statement says everything, because what we do, what he was really describing is trust. And in this profession, in everything we do, trust is essential. And accreditation is what ensures that trust is built, maintained, carried out with professionalism, consistency, and accountability every single day. It is truly an honor to stand before you tonight on behalf of the Texas Police Chiefs Association in recognition of an exceptional achievement by the Klein Independent School District Police Department. Chief Reynolds and I, we serve alongside one another through the Houston Area Police Chiefs Association. And as fellow leaders in this profession, it is truly an honor to present this accreditation award this evening. Accreditation is not simply a certificate or a plaque. It represents a deep organization-wide commitment to professionalism, accountability, transparency, continuous involvement through TPCA accreditation process. Agencies must meet over 170 rigorous best practice standards that touch every aspect of law enforcement operations, from use of force to training, policies, procedures, and community engagement. To put this accomplishment into perspective, out of approximately 2,800 law enforcement agencies across the state of Texas, only 230 have successfully achieved this distinction. That alone places Klein ISD Police Department among an elite group of agencies committed to the highest standards in policing. But what makes this more impressive, of those 230 accredited agencies, fewer than 10 are school-based law enforcement agencies. That distinction sets you apart even further and highlights the level of commitment it takes to meet these standards within a school environment. What makes this achievement even more significant is that this is the department's initial accreditation. That milestone speaks volumes. It reflects not only a willingness to be evaluated, but a commitment to doing the things the right way from the ground up. And I'll say simply this: welcome to a very distinguished group of law enforcement agencies. Chief Reynolds, your leadership has been instrumental in this process. Accreditation requires vision, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. It demands buy-in from every level of the organization. Under his leadership, this department has demonstrated exactly that, building a culture rooted in professionalism, accountability, and service. School-based law enforcement holds a unique and critically important role in our communities. For many young people, your officers represent their very first interaction with law enforcement. And those initial moments matter. They shape perceptions, they build trust, and influence how a student will perceive this profession for years to come. Your officers are not only protectors, but mentors, role models, and trusted figures in the lives of the students, staff, and families. The relationships they build on a day in, day out lay the foundation of trust, not with just the school, within the school, but across a broader community. Achieving accreditation in this environment reinforces a commitment to safety, while ensuring those interactions are grounded in professionalism, consistency, and accountability. It strengthens not only your operations, but the trust and confidence placed in every student and every family you serve. To the men and women of the Klein Independent School District, this recognition belongs to you. Your dedication, your professionalism, and your commitment to excellence have made this possible. On behalf of the Texas Police Chiefs Association, it is my honor to present accreditation certificate to the Klein Independent School District Police Department. Congratulations on this outstanding achievement and for setting the standard for others to follow. And I'm going to finish by this. I've traveled this state from the Panhandle to South Texas, accrediting, doing the best practices, evaluating agencies, and I get to take a peek behind the curtain, and this is a rigorous process. Let's face it, nobody wants to know what's under the bed sometimes, right? And so opening your doors up, having the buy-in from this board here, it means a lot. Getting to sit here tonight and see some of the achievements that have been made, some of the strides that you're making towards the student safety, towards trust, towards building these things, that's an accomplishment. And being able to see it from the front end and hearing your story from this past weekend at the UIL event, and to hear that these officers are doing the things that make a difference to building trust, to hearing Chief Reynolds' report on his school safety, and to hear that the staff is adhering to the buy-in of the training that's going on. It's what's going to continue to keep this community safe. It's going to continue to build this profession, and it's going to ensure that this trust is built and that it's relied upon. So congratulations to you all. I appreciate your time this evening and allowing me to be here. Yeah. Yeah.
Proud of you. Dr. Jasper's going to be on this side just to even up our numbers. And then everybody switch this way just so it's perfect. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And Chief, can you tilt the forward just so you, there we go. Get rid of the glare.
Congratulations to you all. Chief of Chiefs, you're doing it again. Thank you for the work you do on school safety. Thank you, sir. Dr. McGowan.
And I want to say, in addition to Chief, we had some other folks up front tonight that I know were integral to this process that I hope you heard lasted years to earn this accreditation. This wasn't an easy road to travel, but to Lieutenant Jones, Dr. Jaspers, and Assistant Chiefs Turner and Polanski, I just want to say thank you for your leadership every day and for what you did to help bring this to fruition for Klein ISD and for the Klein Police Department. We appreciate your service. We're going to continue our recognition of outstanding employees in our Klein family. We have over 7,000 of them, and Dr. Bob Anderson, our Chief of HR, is here tonight to share a national recognition recently earned by those outstanding employees.
Well, thank you, Dr. McGowan. Good evening, President James, members of the board, Ms. Spalding and Klein family. It is my great honor to share a truly historic news for our school district. For the first time, Klein ISD has been ranked as the #1 K-12 employer in the nation on Forbes' Best America Employers list of 2026. Go ahead. Yeah, I've got a clap on that. This top national recognition is an extraordinary milestone and a powerful affirmation of the values, culture, and the people that make Klein ISD exceptional. What makes this recognition even especially more meaningful is that just like in last year when I came to you and told you about we were best in the U.S. or best in Texas, we don't get to apply for this award. Forbes partners with Statista each year to compile an America's Best Large Employers list through an independent, data-driven process. There's no application or nomination. Rankings are based solely on entirely on anonymous surveys from 170,000 employees nationwide, along with public evaluations from individuals familiar with each of our industries. In 2026, 1 million evaluations were considered, and Klein ISD emerged as the top K-12 employer in the entire country. On this national list, Forbes ranked Klein ISD ahead of, and hear me on this, ahead of national organizations like HEB, Nike, and Johns Hopkins University. Klein ISD is the only K-12 district in the top 150 and the highest ranked school district in the nation. This honor belongs to every member of our Klein family, our teachers, our administrators, our support staff, our parents, and our community partners who together make Klein not just a district, but a family. It reinforces what we already know. When you put the people first, excellent always follows. At this time, I have a few members of our HR team that I'd like to recognize. If they please stand. Chris Rosario, Clay Huggins, and Jessica Tovar Hilbert. We would like to also extend our appreciation to Poe Construction, Campus Kids, and Magic School for their willingness to pay for the licensing fees for the branding and allowing us to share this recognition with our district and beyond. Please recognize them at this time. Thank you.
What an amazing honor for the district. Bob, great job. You and your staff.
We're going to continue our recognition of outstanding members of our Klein family as Kathleen Platt, our Extraordinary Director of Advanced Academics, comes forward to recognize an outstanding state achievement.
Thank you, Dr. McGowan. And good evening, President James, members of the board, and Ms. Spalding and Klein family. Tonight, we are proud to recognize an exceptional educator whose leadership and dedication have elevated both his students and the Klein Forest High School Academic Decathlon program. The U.S. Academic Decathlon, USAD, is one of the most rigorous academic competitions in the nation, a team-based challenge that promotes excellence across multiple disciplines while celebrating inclusion and teamwork. Each team comprises 9 students from the honor, scholastic, and varsity levels, divisions, ensuring that students of all academic backgrounds have the opportunity to compete and excel. Here in Texas, the Academic Decathlon program mirrors the national model and follows the annual theme and curricular materials established by USAD. One of the most distinguished honors within the state of Texas is the Texas Large High School State Academic Decathlon Coach of the Year Award. This recognition highlights the extraordinary commitment required of coaches as they guide students through months of intensive preparation, fostering resilience, discipline, intellectual curiosity, and a deep sense of teamwork. These coaches serve not only as academic leaders, but as mentors who help students build confidence, character, and a belief in their own potential. Tonight, Klein ISD is proud to recognize Mr. Timothy Chun from Klein Forest High School as the Texas Large High School State Academic Decathlon Coach of the Year. Mr. Chun, would you please join me at the podium so we may honor you? Mr. Chun's leadership has shaped a program where students feel challenged, supported, and inspired to reach new academic heights. His dedication to their success, both in competition and in personal growth, reflects the very best of what the Academic Decathlon represents. We are blessed to have him as a leader at Klein Forest, supporting our students. We would also like to acknowledge Mr. Chun's friends and family whose encouragement and support have been essential to his journey. The countless hours he devotes to his students, evenings, weekends, and long competition days are made possible because of the people in his life who stand beside him. If you are here supporting Mr. Chun, would you please stand? We would now like to gather for a group photo with Superintendent Dr. McGowan and Vice President Qualls as we celebrate Mr. Chun and this outstanding statewide honor. Come on up here, Mr. Alexander.
Congratulations, Mr. Chun, and we thank you for your time, your talent, and your treasures, because it looks like you deposited them all, that's for sure. Dr. McGowan.
Thank you, President James, and congratulations, Mr. Chun. What a wonderful recognition for you and for Klein Forest High School and our students there. It is now time to celebrate some truly exceptional scholars that are in the room with us tonight. It is our tradition at the April board meeting that we recognize the valedictorians and the salutatorians and the distinguished educator of their choice that they've recognized as the best of the best from their experience at the April board meeting. And so we're in for a really wonderful experience tonight as each of our outstanding 5 high school principals and their staff come forward to recognize these outstanding young people. So I'm going to turn it over now to our Chief of Staff, Christina Cole, who will help to facilitate these recognitions.
We'll begin tonight with Klein High School's principal, Principal Shannon Stroll, and her team. Ms. Stroll, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Ms. Cole. Good evening, President James, members of the board, Dr. McGowan, Ms. Spalding, and Klein family. Accompanying me this evening is our associate principal from Klein High School, Mr. Jacob Rice. Yay!
All right, good evening. I am pleased to present our two outstanding seniors, and then Mrs. Stroll will introduce the distinguished educator selected by our students. First, we have our 2026 Klein High School salutatorian, Sarah Wynn. Sarah, would you please join me up here at the podium? Sarah's excelled academically while engaging with a wide range of service-oriented and STEM-focused organizations. She's been an active member of HOSA, Key Club, National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, STEMsters, Red Cross Club, Letters for Elders, and the ESG Earth Club. Beyond campus, Sarah's involved with Our Lady of Lavong Church, Emerge Scholars, Suzuki Academy of Music, Matriculate, Texas-Oklahoma Key Club District, Matchlighters, and the Discover You Future Doctors Academy. Sarah plans to pursue biosciences with a concentration in cellular biology and genetics on the pre-med pathway at Rice University. Tonight, Sarah is joined by her parents, Timothy Wynn and Song Don. Please stand and be recognized. Sarah, if you'll remain up there for a group photo at the end. Now we have our 2026 Klein High School valedictorian, Narunjan Kaur. Narunjan, would you please come join me at the podium? Narunjan is an exceptional scholar whose leadership and service extend across numerous academic and cultural organizations. She's been actively involved in Key Club HOSA, DECA, National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, Science National Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, Red Cross Club, Best Buddies, Asian American Club, and the Environmental Social Governance Club. Her involvement also includes the Sikh National Education Institute, Punjabi School, Kirtan School, Texas-Oklahoma Key Club District, and HTX Soccer. Narunjan plans to study biochemistry on the pre-med pathway at the University of Texas. She is joined tonight by her parents, Harvindapal Singh and Jaspreet Sandhu. Please stand and be recognized. And Narunjan also remain up there for a group photo. And now I'd like to welcome back Principal Shannon Stroll to the podium to introduce our distinguished Klein High educator for this evening.
Good evening. I would like to introduce Miss Dawn Sharpetta Black, who is our distinguished educator tonight and was personally selected by these two outstanding students. Miss Black, will you please join me next to the podium so we can honor you? Miss Black, in the words of your students, here is what they shared about you. Here we go. No, it's not bad. When first entering Miss Black's classroom, her enthusiastic good morning class at 8 in the morning made us think, oh, this is going to be a long year. However, fast forward 10 months and countless hours spent in her classroom, time felt like it had gone by in a flash. Despite our initial impression, her energy, paired with her discipline in teaching, her connection with her students, and her passion for her career has impacted countless students, and we were no exception. Miss Black, we are so thankful for everything you have done to help our students succeed and are proud that you are part of our Klein High School family. We are so grateful to serve such exceptional students and teachers at Klein High School. There is so much to celebrate in their achievements and their future and the bright futures ahead of them. Let's give another round of applause to these exceptional students and to Miss Black. At this time, we ask our honorees and Ms. Black to remain at the front. Trustee and Klein High School alumni Nicole Peters will join you to present your certificates, and Dr. McGowan will join all of you for an official photo and recognition of your exceptional academic achievements.
Everything you heard, there's more. There's more on the list. There's so much more, and you guys are well-rounded. But both pre-med, we are proud to be sending you out into the world to represent where you came from and who you are. And I can't wait to see what you do and where you go, because you guys are going to big places, big things, and all for a positive impact on our world. And that's what's so important. So thank you so much, both of you. Great job.
Thank you.
And my daughter is actually being impacted by this lovely teacher also. But I truly thank you. They said it. The enthusiasm, the passion, and the impact. There's nothing more important than the impact. So thank you so much for all you do for your students. Clearly, you have taught them well, and they love you for it. So thank you so much.
Thank you for all that you do for our kids. So that we have our students. And then Mr. Rice, can I have you on this side? Shannon, can I have you here? And then can I have those student Jessica? Just like me. I love it. Right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay. Good job. Good job. Congratulations.
I'd like to welcome to the podium, Principal Lance Alexander and his team from Klein Forest High School.
Before we get started, I've had the pleasure of working with every one of you guys from KPD and from Klein Forest to you guys. Much love, much love. Thank you, Ms. Cole. Good evening, President James, members of the board, Dr. McGowan, Ms. Spalding, and Klein family. Joining me this evening are the voice of Klein Forest, Jeffrey Matters, the queen of Klein Forest, LaQuisha Grigsby, both associate principals. Mr. Matters will begin with the salutatorian and valedictorian.
It's a lot of pressure. Good evening. It's my privilege to introduce two remarkable Golden Eagles whose accomplishments reflect the heart, determination, and spirit of Klein Forest. After recognizing our valedictorian and salutatorian, Ms. Grigsby will introduce the educator that our students selected to be honored tonight. First, we are proud to recognize our 2026 Klein Forest High School salutatorian, Jonathan Wynn. Jonathan, please join me at the podium. Jonathan has built an extraordinary academic and extracurricular record, marked by curiosity, discipline, and a deep passion for innovation. A 4-year member of the Klein Forest Band, he served in leadership roles, including head uniform manager and assistant secretary, supporting the success and organization of the program. He also dedicated 4 years to the Klein Forest programming team, serving as vice president during his junior year, where he helped cultivate a love for coding and computational problem solving among his peers. Jonathan's academic commitment is reflected in his participation in the Emerge Scholars Program, as well as his induction into the National Honor Society and Mu Alpha Theta. His achievements include being named a Questbridge Prep Scholar, an AP Scholar with Distinction, and a Klein ISD Anti-Drug Ambassador. Jonathan will attend Stanford University, where he plans to major in computer science with a minor in physics, focusing on quantum computing. He is joined tonight by his parents, Jackie Wynn and Tan Tran. Please stand to be recognized. Jonathan, please remain here for a group photo at the end. Next, we are honored to introduce our 2026 Klein Forest High School valedictorian, Tiffany Wynn. Tiffany, would you please join us at the podium? Tiffany has crafted an exceptional high school journey defined by scholarship, leadership, and a genuine commitment to serving others. A future biology major on the pre-med pathway, she aspires to become a neurologist, and upon completing her higher education plan, she hopes to purchase her own home and have as many cats as she wishes. Tiffany has held several leadership roles, including president of Key Club, vice president of the Red Cross Club, and secretary of HOSA, Future Health Professionals. She has also been active in National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, Science National Honor Society, and Academic Octathlon, while performing for 2 years as a violist in the orchestra. Her passion for healthcare deepened through 2 years of clinical rotations with Houston Methodist as part of the health science practicum. Tiffany has been recognized as an AP Scholar with distinction and honored by the College Board National Recognition Program for first generation and school recognition. She is also CPR certified through the American Heart Association. Her service to the community includes volunteering with the Houston Food Bank, MD Anderson blood drives, heart walks, local animal shelters, the Korean Festival of Houston, and tutoring fellow students. Tiffany is joined tonight by her parents, Christopher Wynn and Han Vo. Please stand to be recognized. And Tiffany, please remain up front for a group photo at the end. And now I'd like to welcome Ms. LaQuisha Grigsby to the podium to introduce the educator selected by these 2 outstanding students.
Thank you, Mr. Matters. This evening, we're honored to recognize Ms. Judith Dano as the distinguished educator chosen by our valedictorian and salutatorian. Ms. Dano, would you please join me at the podium? Ms. Dano, your students shared a combined reflection that speaks to the tremendous influence you've had on their learning. In Ms. Dano's class, whether DC Chemistry, KP Chemistry, or AP Chemistry, we experienced the full challenge of an advanced course, but never without her signature playfulness and humor that made even the toughest lesson engaging. Her fast-paced instruction, hands-on labs, and unwavering commitment to making sure every concept truly clicked pushed us to work hard and discover how capable we really are. Ms. Dano pours tremendous effort into her teaching, ensuring her students are fully prepared, a dedication reflected in her classes, all passing AP scores, including our own successes. She has built the foundation for our growth as learners, and we know countless students feel the same gratitude we do. It is truly time she is recognized for the impact she has made on science education, especially chemistry, here at Klein Forest High School. Ms. Dano, your dedication, energy, and belief in your students have shaped their confidence in their futures. We are grateful for the difference you make every day at Klein Forest High School. Mr. Alexander.
Let's give her another round of applause right here. We invite Ms. Dano and the students to stay forward. Rob Ellis will now come and give you a certificate. Chun, while he's coming up here, much love to you out there. Thank you, thank you.
Yes, I'll be brief, but I just want to say hearing those summaries and reading your bios made me exhausted. I think it's really impressive, and it's one thing to be intelligent, and it's another thing to be intelligent and hardworking. And you put those things together and you're going to do great things. So Tiffany, this is for you. Congratulations. And Jonathan, this is for you. I know Tiffany is still deciding which four-year university she's going to. And as you heard, Jonathan's going to a place that's called the Klein of the Northwest in Stanford. And Ms. Dano, I want to say thank you on behalf of the district. In their bio, they also said her humor and her playfulness made this complex subject far from torture. But the fact that you helped every student in your class reach that designation, you really embody our commitment to every student in the district. So thank you very much. And I need to hear your voice on my voicemail. You need to help me record that. That's a good voice.
Thank you so much. So much. Thank you. Can I have you Perfect. All right.
Congratulations.
Next, we'd like to welcome Principal Thomas Hensley and his team from Klein Oak High School to the podium to announce his valedictorian, salutatorian, and educator.
Thank you, Dr. Greeny. I think that was you. And I wanted Mr. Matters to speak on my behalf, but Lance said he was not allow him to, so you got me. Thank you, Ms. Cole. Good evening, President James, members of the board, Ms. Spalding, and Klein family. Joining me this evening are Associate Principals David Hill and Eve Whiteside. And I just learned that Mr. Hill, Ms. Dano, he was one of your teachers at Klein Forest. As a science teacher, I need to talk to you later, just get some insight. But Mr. Hill, come forward, please.
Good evening. It is a privilege to highlight an extraordinary Panther whose achievement reflects the academic strength and vibrant spirit of Klein Oak. After recognizing our salutatorian, Mr. Hensley will introduce the valedictorian, and Ms. Whiteside will introduce the educator selected for this honor. First, we are proud to recognize our 2026 Klein Oak High School salutatorian, Grant O'Banion. Grant, would you please join me at the podium? Grant has distinguished himself through scholarship, creativity, and global curiosity. He has served in several leadership roles, including President of the French National Honor Society, President of the French Club, Vice President of the World Travelers Club, and the Treasurer of the Environmental Awareness Club. His accomplishments include being a 3-time gold medalist at the Texas French Symposium, a 2-time TMEA All-Region violinist, and a regional Gold Key winner for poetry through Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. He is also a National Merit Scholarship finalist, as well as an IB certificate and AP Capstone Diploma candidate. Grant plans to attend Tufts University to study international relations with the long-term goal of pursuing a law degree. He is joined tonight by his parents, Thomas and Mindy O'Banion. Please stand to be recognized. Grant, please remain up at the front for a group photo at the end. Please welcome back Mr. Hensley to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Hill. Congratulations, Grant. Next, we are honored to introduce our 2026 Klein Oak High School valedictorian, Raj Ghosh. Raj, would you please join me here at the podium, sir? I know Raj is first proud that his brother was salutatorian, so no family issue there. Raj has built an extraordinary academic legacy at Klein Oak, marked by his intellectual curiosity, leadership, and passion for both mathematics and the arts. He served as the president of Mu Alpha Theta, president of Zeta Omicron Computer Science National Honor Society, and team captain for the competitive math club. His honors include being a published author who has written 2 research papers about artificial intelligence that has been cited by other researchers 23 times, placing top 10 in the Jane Street National High School Estimathon, earning recognition as a 2-time TMEA All-State violinist as well, qualifying for the American Invitational in Mathematics examination and winning. He also won Klein Hacks twice, being named he's also a National Merit Scholarship finalist. These are 2 really, really smart kids. And qualifying for the UIL State in number sense and calculator applications, placing in the top 3 in UIL Region 2. Raj will attend Harvard University. Mr. Ellis, I know you might appreciate that, where he plans to major in mathematics to pursuing a career in industry research and development as a research scientist. He's joined tonight by his parents, Gautam and Chabi Ghosh. If you guys could stand and be recognized. Ms. Ghosh could not be here. They've been incredible supports of Klein Oak High School and have some incredible kids, so thank you guys very much. Raj, please stay up here in front for our group photo at the end. This time, I'd like to welcome Ms. Eve Whiteside to the podium, where she will be introducing our distinguished Klein Oak educator this evening. Ms. Whiteside.
Thank you. Tonight we have the privilege of celebrating Mr. Brad Rice, whose guidance and impact led both of our top scholars to choose him as their distinguished educator for this recognition. Mr. Rice, your students shared a combined reflection that captures the remarkable influence you have had in their learning. Mr. Rice holds a legendary place in the Klein Oak community, a teacher whose name is instantly recognized and whose face appears 4 times on the club t-shirt. Whether in calculus or coaching the math club, his teaching is anything but linear. The growth his students experience is exponential. His dry humor, sharp wit, and relentless commitment to pushing students to think deeply transform even the most challenging lessons into something energizing. Under his guidance, we discovered not only how far our mathematical abilities could stretch, but also the importance of not taking ourselves too seriously. Because in Mr. Rice's class, even a wildly confident wrong answer becomes a moment to learn and laugh. His impact is profound, and we are so grateful for the foundation he has built for us and so many others. Mr. Rice, your dedication, high expectations, and unmistakable presence have shaped generations of Klein Oak students. We appreciate the lasting mark you continue to make on our campus.
And thank you, guys. Please remain standing in front as trustee and former Klein Oak teacher, Administrator Ms. Kathy Arlano will present certificates. She and Dr. McGowan will join us up front for a photo as well. Again, thank you, guys, and we're so proud of you.
Wow. All I can say is wow. It's amazing that you are so talented, so beyond anything I could believe in being. And I looked and I thought, I've taken French for 12 years, and the only thing I could remember was bonjour. We're gonna have lessons, okay? And you, amazing, amazing. What great, great plans you have for your future. And I see leaders today that are growing into leaders tomorrow. We've got a great place. And so very, very proud of both of you. Now, when it comes to Mr. Rice, I have known him, how long? Probably 20.
19 years.
About how long?
19.
19. I can tell you that he is the most amazing math teacher that I have ever encountered. I wish I had had him, because maybe then I would have learned a little math. What a great relationship he has with all his students, and how he can make wit and humor educational. So thank you. You're amazing, Brad.
Mr. Hill, can I have you on this side? No, I'll let you there, and then I'm gonna put Dr. McGowan. I'm so proud of you. Alrighty. Sorry. She's like, I got it. I'm gonna keep backing up. Alright. Sorry, I'll leave. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2. Hold on.
Next, I'd like to welcome Kristen Brady, principal at Klein Collins High School, and her team to come up to introduce their valedictorian and salutatorian.
Thank you, Ms. Cole. Good evening, President James, members of the board, Dr. McGowan, Ms. Spalding, and Klein family. We're extremely excited to be here tonight and incredibly proud to celebrate some of our esteemed members of our Klein Collins family and their outstanding accomplishments. Joining me this evening are our amazing associate principals, Chase DeBoard and Rachel Lambert from Klein Collins High School. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Chase DeBoard, who will share a little bit about our exceptional students.
All right, good evening. It is an honor to highlight two exceptional Tigers whose dedication, leadership, and character have shaped the Klein-Collins community. First, we are proud to recognize our 2026 Klein-Collins High School salutatorian, Jennifer Wynn. Jennifer, please join us up front. Jennifer has built an impressive academic and extracurricular record, marked by curiosity, discipline, and a deep love for classical studies. She has served as historian of Mu Alpha Theta, mentor in the Latin Club, and secretary of Key Club, demonstrating both leadership and service. Her achievements include second place in Latin literature at the National Junior Classical League Convention, fifth place in Greek derivatives, and multiple top finishes at ceremonies. I learned from the best Latin teacher here, including earning first place twice at area and earning second place at the Texas State ceremony competition. She is also a three-time first place Latin literature area winner, a Texas State JCL Latin literature test champion, and two-time National Latin Exam Maxima Cum Laude and Magna Cum Laude honoree. Jennifer is also an AP scholar with distinction. Her involvement extends to Mu Alpha Theta, Latin Club, ceremony, Key Club, Science National Honor Society, National Honor Society, and even working as a barista. Jennifer will attend Northwestern University, where she plans to study economics and classics. And she is the proud daughter of Hugh Wynn and Tammy Fan. Please give a round of applause for Jennifer. And next, we are honored to introduce our 2026 Klein-Collins High School valedictorian, Anami Dalsanya. Anami has distinguished herself through academic excellence, leadership, and a deep commitment to service. She has served in numerous leadership roles, including president and secretary of the Latin Club, vice president of the Science National Honor Society, team captain of the Academic Decathlon, secretary of Mu Alpha Theta, and secretary of BEST, bringing exceptional students together. Her accomplishments are extraordinary, spanning both academic mastery and competitive excellence. She earned second in the nation and first in the state for Intermediate Latin Quiz Bowl, placed first on the National Junior Classical League Roman Life Exam, second on the National JCL Roman History Exam. She is a two-time Summa Cum Laude recipient on the National Latin Exam and a gold medalist on the National Roman Civilization Exam. In the Academic Decathlon, she earned first place in Speech Texas Honors at the state level. She is also a Gold Key Scholastic Art and Writing Award recipient and an Advanced Placement Scholar with distinction. Anami will attend the University of Texas at Austin to pursue a bachelor's in public health with plans to continue to graduate school to become a physician's assistant. And she is the proud daughter of Yogesh Dalsanya and Shilpa Parikh. Please give a round of applause for Anami. And now I'd like to welcome Ms. Rachel Lambert to the podium, where she will introduce our distinguished Klein-Collins educator this evening.
Good evening, thank you. This evening, we are delighted to acknowledge Mr. Kyle Drugan, the teacher our valedictorian and salutatorian selected to show their appreciation and profound role he has played in their growth of success. Mr. Drugan, will you come forward? Mr. Drugan, your students shared a combined reflection that beautifully captures the profound impact you have had on their lives. These are their words. Mr. Drugan is the kind of educator who influence stays with students long after they leave the classroom. He inspires hard work, passion, kindness through every way he teaches and treats others. His classroom is more than a place to study Latin. It is a space where students feel supported, understood, and encouraged to grow. Through his deep love for Latin language, history, and mythology, he brings ancient worlds to life, connecting them to students' everyday experiences in meaningful and memorable ways. Beyond the curriculum, he invests countless hours preparing students for ceremony and JCL competitions and offering help whenever it's needed. And when I say countless, I mean countless hours. He doesn't just teach students to excel academically, he teaches them to be good people, kind humans. For many, being part of his class in Latin community has been well more than the most defining moments in their high school. His dedication, compassion, and unwavering belief in his students have created a legacy of confidence, character, and community that words can only begin to express. Mr. Drugan, your commitment to your students and your craft enriches the entire Klein-Collins community. We are so grateful for the difference you make every single day. Let's give a round of applause for these exceptional students and educators.
I'm incredibly proud of our Klein-Collins top scholars, Anami and Jennifer, along with our unbelievable teacher, Mr. Drugan. Each of them exemplifies our motto, excellence without compromise, through their dedication and commitment to excellence. Their achievements reflect pride and tradition that defines Klein-Collins. Please join me in recognizing these exceptional students and educator by one more big round of applause. Anami, Jennifer, and Mr. Drugan, please remain up front as Vice President Qualls presents your certificates, and we'll take a group photo with him and Dr. McGowan at the end.
So I bet y'all didn't know that you're all a part of one of these acronym clubs that you keep hearing about tonight. I just learned about it tonight, but I feel like a member of it, of BEST, that Anami is part of. Because we are all bringing exceptional students together tonight. So these two are just wonderful. Looking through both of their resumes, it's amazing like how each of y'all they almost complement each other in a lot of different organizations, all through like your academic careers. And I just wanted to say how neat that is and basically challenge y'all to stay that competitive as you get into college next year. It's tough to teach competitiveness, and so use that use that skill that you've already learned, that you've already crafted to your advantage, and keep working on that. Fantastic job, Anami and Jennifer. Great job. Let's give it up for them. And then Mr. Drugan. We have such a neat opportunity at some of the banquets and academic banquets and functions that we get to go to where we see certain teachers being honored and selected by their students. And we see a lot of the teachers again and again and time again. Mr. Drugan is one of these. I've seen you now. Might be what the 10th time maybe at a certain like an event kind of like this. I just wanted to say that is phenomenal. I mean, to keep seeing some of the same faces, it's not an accident. I mean, these are teachers that these kids love. We love them as trustees. You're exemplifying the district, and then I just wanted to say congrats, and you're doing a fantastic job.
Great job for everything that you do. Yep. Sorry.
All right. Oh, yes, thank you. And Mr. Drugan, can I have you stand between your students, please? All right, everybody look here. 1, 2, there.
Awesome. Great job, Klein-Collins.
And finally, this evening, we have our principal, Lauren Marty from Klein Cain High School, and her team joining us.
Thank you, Ms. Cole. Good evening, President James, members of the board, Dr. McGowan, Ms. Spalding, and Klein family. Joining me this evening is my Associate Principal of Curriculum and Instruction, Carol Alexander.
Thank you, Ms. Marty. It is a privilege to highlight two remarkable hurricanes whose perseverance, intellect, and involvement have left a meaningful imprint on the Klein-Cain community. After we recognize our valedictorian and salutatorian, Ms. Marty will introduce the educator they have chosen for this honor. First, we are proud to recognize our 2026 Klein Cain High School salutatorian, Connor Depew. Connor, would you please join me at the podium? Connor has spent his high school years embracing challenges and pursuing excellence across a wide range of academic coursework. He took initiative early on to earn college credit in multiple subjects, ultimately finding his passion in the computer science pathway. His commitment to the field extended beyond the classroom through his involvement in several honor societies, including serving as an officer in the Computer Science National Honor Society. Connor also dedicated himself to preparing for computer science and math competitions, advancing to the region in computer science UIL. His involvement in academic organizations and his steady pursuit of mastery reflect a student who leads through consistency, curiosity, and drive. Connor will attend the University of Texas at Austin, where he plans to major in computer science. He is joined tonight by his parents, Brandy and Kevin Depew. Please stand and be recognized. Connor, please remain at the front of the photo. Next, we are honored to introduce our 2026 Klein Cain High School valedictorian, Jonathan Zhao. Jonathan, would you please join me at the podium? Jonathan's high school journey has been defined by intellectual ambition, leadership, and a love for competition. Following the multidisciplinary pathway, he immersed himself in advanced science courses early on, which led him to the competitive Science Bowl and UIL and Science UIL teams. He also competed with the Math UIL team, held leadership roles in Mu Alpha Theta, and ultimately served as president of the National Honor Society. As a dedicated musician, Jonathan has been a member of the Klein Cain State and National Champion Orchestra all 4 years, traveling to both in-state and out-of-state competitions. His high school experience has been a blend of rigorous academics, musical excellence, and, as he proudly notes, a ton of card games. Jonathan will also attend the University of Texas at Austin to study mechanical engineering. He is joined tonight by his parents, Bo Zhao and Ying Bu. Please stand and be recognized. And now I'd like to welcome Principal Lauren Marty back to the podium to introduce the educator selected by these two outstanding students.
Thank you, Ms. Alexander. Tonight, we are excited to recognize Ms. Sundus Mohi, chosen by our valedictorian and salutatorian for the lasting impact she has made on their high school experience and the orchestra program. Ms. Mohi, would you please join us up front? Ms. Mohi, your students shared a combined reflection that speaks to the heart of your impact. Ms. Mohi is an extraordinary orchestra director whose dedication, passion, and warmth have shaped our high school experience in profound ways. She brings an unmatched energy to the program, pushing us musically, supporting us personally, and creating a classroom where every student feels welcomed and valued. Her commitment has taken our orchestras to competitions and showcases across the nation, all while fostering a community built on kindness, hard work, and shared joy. Whether guiding us through challenging pieces, celebrating our successes, or even joining in on those card games, she has made the orchestra a place of growth, connection, and unforgettable memories. Her influence extends far beyond music. She has taught us to strive for excellence while caring deeply for the people around us. Mrs. Mohi, your leadership and heart have elevated the Klein Cain Orchestra program and enriched the lives of countless students. We are grateful for the difference you make every day. And as someone who personally has been fortunate enough to get to travel with you and see our orchestras in action, I can attest that your contributions to their musical education and experience at Klein Cain have been nothing short of outstanding. Let's give another round of applause for these exceptional students and Ms. Mohi. And now trustee and current Klein Cain dad, Dustin Krieger, will present you with your certificates, and Superintendent Dr. McGowan will then join us for the photo to celebrate your outstanding achievements.
Wow, so I am super impressed at all of you. But these two gentlemen here, if just listening to everything that they've accomplished, every board position they have and president of, I think, everything at Klein Kane. But, you know, that just shows how amazing you all are. Because to be the #1 and #2 academic students at Klein Kane, which is almost 1,000 students, to be #1 and #2 and also do all the other extracurricular activities that you do is absolutely amazing. And I tip my hat to both of you. Congratulations. Enjoy every moment of this year, because this is what you've worked for all 4 years and all the hard work, time, and dedication that you poured into it. And to the parents, thank you so much. Thank you for grooming them. Thank you for building them into the genius gentlemen that they are now. Ms. Moy, thank you for your commitment. It is obvious that your dedication and your impact is being felt at Klein Kane. And we have 2 examples of 2 extremely successful students that you have personally impacted. And as a dad of 2 Klein Kane kids, thank you so much for all that you've done. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Tom. Thank you. Congratulations again.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Lauren, or Miss Marty, can I have you right?
Yes.
There we go.
Do me on the inside. Perfect.
1, 2, 3.
Short.
Wonderful. Congratulations to all these outstanding scholars and educators, and a special thanks. And I know you're tired, your hands are tired of coming together, but I want you to put your hands together one more time for the parents of all of these students. Again, they could not get there without them. So again, Dr. McGowan.
It's wonderful to celebrate such excellence in our Klein family, and I also want to say a word of gratitude to our students who took the time to write such kind words about the educators who have impacted their life. I love to watch kind words be spoken over good people, and I wish people in our world today would do that more for our teachers, but I thank our students for acknowledging their role in your success in your journey in Klein ISD. Our last recognition this evening is also for some incredibly smart young men and women, and I'm going to invite back Kathleen Plott to recognize our National Merit finalists in Klein ISD.
Thank you, Dr. McGowan. Let's continue the celebration of academic excellence by recognizing Klein ISD high school students who have been honored by the National Merit Scholarship Corporation through the annual scholarship competition. The National Merit Scholarship Program is an academic competition for recognition and scholarships that began in 1955. Students qualify by taking the PSAT in their junior year, and each year over 1 million students participate in the NMSQT screening process as the first step toward earning a National Merit Scholar designation. Semifinalists are selected from the top 5% of national scores, and to advance to the finalist level, they must complete a rigorous application detailing their academic record, participation in school and community activities, demonstrated leadership abilities, employment, and honors and awards received, followed by an essay, additional test scores, and an endorsement from a school official. In October, we proudly recognized 15 Klein ISD students as National Merit Scholarship semifinalists. Tonight, we are thrilled to share that 14 of those students, representing the top 1% of all scholars in the nation, have now advanced to become National Merit Scholarship finalists for the 2026 competition. This is double the amount from last school year and the greatest number of National Merit finalists we've had in the last 5 years. Campus administrators, please join us up front to help honor your students. Students, as I call your name, please come to the front so we may honor you for this outstanding national academic recognition. Klein family, please hold your applause until all names are called. Starting with Klein High School, Maddox Lee, Ryan Tom, William Toronto. Klein Collins High School, Jonathan Jiang, Joel Phillips. Klein Oak High School, Kagan Achalik, Rajarshi Ghosh, Grant O'Bannon. Klein Kane High School, Connor Depew, Calvin Hyman, Luke Hyman, Muhammad Jamil, Madhav Vinod, Jonathan Zhao. Klein family, please join me in congratulating these distinguished scholars with a well-deserved round of applause. We would like to invite the teachers who have supported these students along with their families and friends to please stand so we may recognize you for the encouragement and guidance you provide every day. Please stand. At this time, I'd like to ask Dr. McGowan and Vice President Qualls to please join us up front for a photo with these exceptional students.
We're gonna make a window.
Can I have everybody shift slightly this way towards the circles?
You're like, which one?
Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. One, two.
Once again, congratulations to all these outstanding scholars. As we move forward, please note that the record that the agenda item C1 is being moved to May's regular meeting because of our state silver medalist wrestler is unexpectedly unable to attend this evening due to a flight delay. So we wish her safe travels home to Klein. Look forward to celebrating her next month. So look forward to that. Do we have any scouts? Did we grow any scouts?
No.
If not, then we will move to intermission. We'll now take that to allow the board the opportunity to meet our honored guests and community members, and the time is now 8:45. Congratulations. All right, may I have your attention, please? Time is 8:55, and we are ready to reconvene the meeting of the Klein ISD Board of Trustees. We will begin with item number 9, which has 4 sub-items regarding the 2022 bond program. We will begin with item 9A, the consideration and request of approval of project initiation for 2026 district-wide safety and security enhancements. May I have a motion?
I so move.
Any discussion? I'm sorry, second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Well, only that it's nice that this is going to be impacting every campus in the district.
Absolutely. We echo those comments as well. All in favor? Any opposed? It's approved. 6-0. Next item, 9B, the consideration and request for approval of the contractor for the 2025 facility and safety renovation project. May I have a motion?
I so move.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 6-0. Moving on to item 9C, the consideration and request for approval of the contractor for the 2025 generator replacement project in Beningas, Frank and McDougal Elementary Schools. McDougal Elementary Schools?
And Hildebrandt.
And Hildebrandt Intermediate School. May I have a motion?
So move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? It passes 6-0. Next is 9D, the consideration and request for approval of the contractor for the 2025 criminal gym addition project. May I have a motion?
I so move.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? It's approved 6-0. The next item is item number 10, consideration request for the approval of the emergency operations staging area site extension agreement between Klein ISD, CenterPoint Energy. May I have a motion?
I so move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? It passes 6-0. Item next is item number 11, consideration request for approval and hearing officer recommendation regarding level 3 FNG grievance. JS, may I have a motion?
President James, after consideration of the record and hearing presentation from the grievant, I move that the board adopt the hearing officer's recommendation in the matter FNG complaint related to parent JS.
May I have a second?
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? The motion passes 6-0. Now for the consent agenda, are there any items that you wish to remove from the agenda?
None.
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 All right. All those in favor? Any opposed? The consent agenda passes by consensus. All right, here we are moving into the calendar. The next regular meeting of the board will be on Monday, May the 11th, 2026. We're wrapping up the 2025-26 school year on May the 28th. Man, it's coming quick. With graduations beginning that night. Now, let's move on to comments. Why don't we begin tonight with Dr. Ellis?
Just been promoted to a doctor. First, just want to say that President James, we're glad to have you back, Doug.
It's a pleasure.
We've been praying for you and
It's
happy
working.
to see your recovery.
It's
So
working.
You lighten all of our moods. So appreciate your leadership and having you back. I also just want to say we've been here for a long time this evening, but there's just so much to celebrate across the board, across all of our campuses of just exceptional students and committed parents, and I think that's wonderful. So it was a great evening, and appreciate especially the safety updates and the additional vulnerability analysis and these investments that we continue to make, that Dr. McGowan and your staff, Chief, and Dr. Greeny, and August. I just think it really takes a village and every parent to be involved in making sure that our community continues to be a safe place, and just really want to recognize that. It's something that we spend a lot of time talking about, and it's worth talking about. So thank you.
Trustee Arlano.
I have a couple things. First of all, it was lots of fun going to the soccer state meet, seeing Kane win, but what was the most impressionable thing was the community. The kids were amazing. It was awesome. So it was really, really a great weekend, had a lot of fun. Also, want to mention that the Fine Arts Festival is this weekend if you get an opportunity to come. I think it's from 10 to 2 on Saturday. And then the Klein Education Foundation Fun Run is almost here. It's May 2nd, so hope to see you there as well.
All right. Trustee Krieger.
Yeah, so what a great meeting tonight. Just so much awesome stuff going on. You know, there's a great quote tonight that I'm not sure everyone caught it, but, you know, this gentleman has so many amazing quotes. I think maybe we might need to come up with a quote a meeting until he's retired, but Mr. August Wunderlich, I don't know if y'all caught it tonight, but he said, you know, when we were talking about the HVDC equipment and HVAC equipment and all those different things, he said, hey, we got to keep it cool in school. So that is the quote of the night. Let's keep it cool in school. And but there is a lot of cool stuff that's going on in Klein ISD. Love the presentation from Chief Reynolds and Dr. Greeny about the safety and security update. You know, one thing that is just, you know, somebody that has unfortunately seen a lot of mental health issues over the last 20 plus years, to know that we are really in front of the curve and having a mental health specialist, mental health crisis worker, behavioral specialist, behavioral instruction associates, all these different staff members across our campus in schools. There's someone there for every campus. And that's amazing. That's putting kids first. That's doing what's right for kids. And the 14 National Merit finalists.
Yeah.
Top 1% of the nation.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, that's awesome. If Klein ISD is not leading the way, I don't know what school district is. There's amazing things going on. And including amazing, #1 K through 12 in Forbes America's Best. That just goes to all of the hard work and the dedication from all the administrators and the staff in this district. You know, I tip my hat to you. Pat yourself on the back. That is some amazing, amazing work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. From a parent in the district to a volunteer in a district, thank you so much for all of your dedication to this awesome district.
Great, thank you. Let's go with Trustee DQ.
Congrats, Klein Kane Soccer, back-to-back state champs. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Amazing. Just amazing. I mean, especially when you know, it's one thing to win a state title as the hunter, but then when you've got the target on your back the next year and you come out and, you know, do that 2 years in a row, it's what an accomplishment. What a program. Congrats to the coach, head coach, coaching staff, and all the players. Mr. Wunderlich, Dr. Greeny, Chief Reynolds, thank y'all all three tonight for the wonderful reports. It's really nice seeing the meshing of the two, actually, you know, between the bond work and all of the safety initiatives. You know, all that's hand in hand with each other, and it's really nice having the three of y'all involved and all of your staffs involved in all of that. just basically that cohesiveness and keeping everything consistent with all of that. Really appreciate that. And then also wanted to publicly thank our partners out there also helping us, these past couple weeks with Constable Herman, Chief Ramsey's office, not Chief Ramsey, Commissioner Ramsey's office. Like was just stated, it takes a village, and we are definitely thankful and grateful for those community partners that are helping out with resources, additional time. Everybody's in this, with the same goal. And it's keeping kids safe first and foremost. So just wanted to publicly thank our partners in that effort. So, but thank you all.
Great. Of course, Trustee Peters.
So truly just a great night. Great isn't even enough. Bursting with pride from the bond work, from the safety, to the amazing students that we saw here today. I mean, mind-blowing students, truly. What we are sending out, we are in a good place with a good, strong future. And the educators that pour their heart and souls into these kids, because no matter how smart you are, or intelligent you are, or no matter what talent you have, someone needs to help you put it all together and wrap up the package, and that's what our educators do. So thank you all, and thanks everyone around the room for all the input and all of your work on everything that happens here. And thank you to Dr. McGowan for your leadership and continually supporting us, supporting these kids, supporting the educators. We couldn't do it without you.
Excellent, excellent. My comments are going to be redundant. AAA once again, in just about every area. And again, we continue to write our signature on what the best of education is all about in every area. I mean, you heard it all tonight, from top to bottom, from left to right. You heard it all tonight. So again, and that doesn't happen by accident. It's intentional. It's we've got the best of the best, and we continue to move in the right direction. So again, of course, with your leadership, why don't we give her a round of applause? And I know this is embarrassing to her, so we want to do it again. So again, and every great leader has wonderful, wonderful staff. So again, to the leadership and your cabinet, it's been an amazing ride, and higher heights, onward and upward.
Thank you very much, President James. I want to thank the board this evening for approving the Safety Enhancement Project in response to the vulnerability assessment. That's one of the things I love about this board, is you keep your focus on doing what's best for our kids and those who are in our classrooms and our schools serving our students. And I appreciate you taking decisive action around safety. That has always been your habit and your just your constant faithful effort over and over again. Anytime a matter regarding safety is put before you, you act to do whatever is needed in the best interest of students and staff. So thank you for once again doing that. This evening, we have across our schools right now lots of students and teachers and staff that are working hard on state testing. And so I keep all of them in my thoughts and prayers every day, that all the hard work of our students and staff pays off with great results coming up here in the fall when we find out how everyone's done. So just continue to speak words of encouragement to our students and to all of our hardworking teachers and all of those who support them, that they can reap the benefit of their efforts. And then I just want to wrap up again by saying, because you can't say it enough, I've told the Chick-fil-A lady, I've told the gas station folks, that the Klein-Cain boys soccer team are back-to-back state champions. And we are so proud of these kids. We're proud of Coach Carrasco, Principal Marty. I mean, the entire Klein-Cain community was absolutely electric in the stands. And to see one of my favorite things is to see young people do what they love to do and have tremendous levels of excellence and success after so much hard work. But then to see a community of people rally around those young people and say, we see you, we believe in you, we're part of your success, and we're celebrating you. I don't think there's much better. And so that's just one of many things we celebrated tonight and we'll continue to celebrate in the future. But it is a point of pride for this school district, and I was blessed to be there to witness it firsthand.
Thank you for all those wonderful comments. If there are no objections, it It is now 9:10, and this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, sir. Great job. Great to have you back.